now going to go to our 5-minute round with Ms. Ferreri, I believe. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you to everyone for letting me sit in on ethics today. Hello, Ms. Alvaro. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I just want to start out to read into the record. The committee did receive documents of the scope of your work last night, Ms. Alvaro, of what you've provided. And based on your testimony today, we're clearly missing a lot of documents. So I just want to read that to start off. The next thing that I would ask Ms. Alvaro is, how many other companies offer the work that you do?
Well, I think that there are probably a handful, maybe less, companies who offer both communications support, but also, I think, have a political lens or have a knowledge of government work, given my background. But I think that there are many firms who offer communications support.
Thank you. Would you say like dozens, like there's quite a few in terms of choice?
There are dozens, yes.
Can I ask, do you do crisis intervention, crisis communications?
Yes.
Okay. So in your professional opinion, what would be your recommendation of media communication to the minister on this unethical breach that she has done?
I don't think I understand your question.
If you were providing crisis communication training to the minister, and she's been found of an unethical violation and breach, a conflict of interest of hiring a friend, what would be your professional opinion of how she should handle that?
My opinion would be that she should comply with the ethics commissioner fully, which she did, that she should acknowledge the findings of the ethics commissioner, because the ethics commissioner took the thoughtful time over a matter of months to look into this situation. The ethics commissioner found that there wasn't any fault with the work, there wasn't any fault with the need for the work or the contract itself, but that it was a matter of recusal. And I think that my advice would be to the minister to acknowledge that there is an issue here. And the member who I just spoke with, who spoke about remedies that could be put in place, I think that's a valuable outcome of a meeting like this. So I would encourage both additional training for staff, but also to be an advocate for some of those remedies that could be put in place in order to make sure something like this from a recusal standpoint doesn't happen again.
Thanks, Ms. Alvaro. So you've said there are many other companies who offer this service. You are her friend. Would you not have suggested perhaps that she use someone else? There are other companies that offer this service. You've mentioned multiple times how important the work was to get out, despite there being 104 public servants who offer comms services that are already paid under the government. And you've said that you didn't need the money. You said, you're a $5 million business. So wouldn't it have been better advice to say, maybe you could use one of the many other companies that provide this work that is so important?
I think two things. I think one, everyone who was involved believed that they were fulfilling and complying with obligations. And we did comply with all of our obligations. So I think that's one. I think the second is, and I said this in my opening remarks, and I feel pretty strongly about this, that when you're faced with a crisis of this magnitude that nobody has ever faced before, it's totally unprecedented. I think it's absolutely natural that you would reach out to someone you know and someone you respect and someone you trust and someone who you believe unequivocally will get the job done right. That being said, if I had known, and I didn't, but if I had known that there was an issue from a recusal standpoint, I would have certainly suggested that she work with another firm, as she has in the past. She's worked with other firms which the ethics commissioner looked at from a media training standpoint. So I think that I absolutely would have done that, but I understand why she reached out to someone that she trusted and respected to give her good advice and good work during this time.
That's all the time we have, Ms.